Artificial intelligence is becoming scarier than we thought. One of the smartest minds in technology, Elon Musk, is terrified of artificial intelligence. Bill Gates is one of the leading personalities concerned with superintelligence. Even Stephen Hawking, the world-renowned theoretical physicist, also feared the advent of AI and the impact it might leave on humanity. These are all people, experts in their fields, who have worked with AI and have theorized about it for decades, and even they believe AI is something we should be concerned about. So the question I want to ask today is, should we? August 31st, 1955, the term artificial intelligence is coined in a proposal for a 2-month, 10-man study of artificial intelligence submitted by John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, Nathaniel Rochester, and Claude Shannon. 50 years later, it has become one of the most searched terms on Google and doesn't show any signs of letting up. However, that's not necessarily surprising. Almost everything we do revolves around AI. Social media, TikTok, YouTube Shorts all use artificial intelligence to recommend you new videos to keep you hooked. In a recently published open letter, some of the most prominent figures in technology urged for a full-fledged 6-month pause on developing certain artificial intelligence technologies, including Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, and Evan Sharp, among many others. In the letter, they ask that all companies working on AI systems more complex than GPT-4 agree to a hiatus, and in that time, create a set of policies and accountability measures to ensure that technologies with potentially catastrophic effects on society are better governed. They even go so far as to ask that if companies can't come to good conclusions on their own, government agencies should intervene. Even the OpenAI CEO, Sam Altman, has said potentially scary uses for AI are on the horizon. Artificial intelligence is becoming scarier than we thought. It's not just the sci-fi movie trope about robots taking over the world, but it's a very real and present danger that we are facing today. Artificial intelligence is not some distant threat. It's everywhere around us, from chatbots to facial recognition software. However, it's also incredibly problematic, rife with biases and inaccuracies that cause real harm on a large scale. AI software develops by learning from the information it's fed, with the goal of ultimately being able to generate similar outputs by itself. This means that if the data set is problematic, the AI will be too. That brings up the fear of AI potentially getting into the wrong hands. One of the most salient examples of how dangerous AI bias can be is the case of Tay, an artificially intelligent chatbot released by Microsoft on Twitter in 2016. The chatbot was designed to learn from what was tweeted at it with the hopes that it would organically learn how to interact with other users. Unfortunately, Twitter trolls were quick to feed it racist, anti-Semitic, and sexist rhetoric, and within 16 hours, Tay had created an abundance of abhorrent tweets, things that I can't even say on YouTube. This example shows that problematic inputs lead to problematic outputs, and it also highlights a failing of its designers. How had no one seen this coming? Why didn't any of Tay's makers account for where inequity and bigotry might show up? AI bias has real-life implications. In 2018, Amazon had to scrap an AI recruiting software it had been using for being biased against women. Its programmers thought that it would sift through resumes to find the most eligible candidates, but this AI learned by studying the resumes of already hired employees. And because Amazon had already been hiring more men, the recruiting algorithm learned to favor male candidates. The AI recognized gendered language and penalized candidates for attending women's colleges or using language that was more associated with women. It had inadvertently been taught that women made for worse candidates. Problematic racist AI is even used by government agencies. For years, many states were using algorithmic risk assessments to determine whether or not to set bail for those arrested awaiting trial, as well as to determine sentencing. However, the history of policing, with black people being disproportionately targeted and jailed, made it so that the algorithm saw black people as posing a greater danger. Artificial intelligence is becoming scarier than we thought. It poses real threats and enacts real harm. Systems of social inequality that drive our society are not avoided through AI, but rather strengthened, as these algorithms simply learn from what reproduced them. AI has been growing exponentially in the past couple of years, and when you have experts in the technological fields like Elon Musk and Bill Gates saying that this is something that we need to slow down on, I think it's something we need to start taking very seriously, and I think AI is becoming a lot scarier than